Hello there.
What up? Yeah, I was jamming to that beat.
Yep. Harry's going to be here momentarily. Josh, if you're watching that, you hear that? He loves the beat.
Oh man, dude, I'm actually I gotta figure out a way.
I don't know, you got to pull up the
When I-
coverings like that. I got a fucking subwoofer in the truck.
No, what I'm saying is when I do my voiceovers, I want that to be the background music while
No,
I'm doing the
it's the
voiceover.
podcast beats. You have to reach out to him. He'll make you a beat, though.
He's gotta drop a beat for me then.
They do one like a
Yeah,
baby
bro.
crying. Daddy on the track.
He's gotta do one. Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'll send his information over to you. Does good work. We got the Howie. Howie!
Hey,
Ugh,
Well,
going guys.
how's
Here we
everybody
go.
doing?
dying. We're dying.
Well, can you die a little bit quieter, please? We're trying to record.
Can you die in silence? There we go.
How you guys doing?
All
How's
right.
arthritis treating you?
Fuck you. Yeah, this guy keeps making us make fun of us. Watch.
We got to get
Don't
Missy
worry.
and Neil. Missy, Neil, and who else? There's someone else that's our age on here. Not like you 25-year-old boomers. You know what I'm saying? Like practically.
Wait, how old is
Here,
Neil?
y'all hear me?
Neil's 23. Yeah, we can hear you, Harry.
Yeah, we hear you, but it's low.
Neil is 23.
Neil's 23 years old, dude. That dude looks like he's like 45.
Yeah. Well, that's dude. When I met him, he was like, everybody said I'm the youngest guy, and he's like, "Wait, how old are you?" I'm like, "I'm 22." He's like, "Ah, you're younger than me." It's like people can stop making fun of me now.
No, when I met him, I'm like, this dude's gotta be at least in his 40s.
Oh, welcome.
Oh, we lost him.
This is our podcast now.
Yeah.
Well, how's everybody doing in the chat? How's life? How's your day?
What's up, chat?
I'm getting the coffee going.
Man, nobody posted any questions.
Yeah, I'm a little hurt.
Nobody watches our podcast. Maybe if we start at noon, probably better.
Mm.
Or maybe just pick someone else's slot time and do it too.
Oh,
I don't know.
we gotta wait for Harry to get back. We reached a big milestone on the podcast.
What episode is this?
Not the episode. This is episode 36. I'm talking about on the Instagram.
Oh, the
Yeah.
500.
Yep, 500.
Oh,
We gotta do a
Our
giveaway.
favorite, our one and only follower,
Our faithful
Nathan, has
follower,
joined us.
Nathan.
He hit me deep today with that story that he put. You know,
Actually, I haven't
he's
been
like-
on my phone all day, really.
He's like, if you lived in fight or flight mode, obviously if you grow up in a Hispanic household, it's always fight mode.
Yeah, learn to flight. No.
The flight is run away from the chancla. But no, he made sense with that. He was like, anger came out, and it's true. You got to break that, I guess, that bad habit of using anger for everything. So I guess that's why I hate screaming. I really do.
Wish my dad got that memo. No, I'm kidding.
Dude, I tell you, I hate scream. I hate screaming to the point where
What'd you say?
exactly.
A little
just
shameless
brought back
plug
some-
for Fairwind. It is
Dude.
approved.
So yeah, no, it did speak to me.
Oh,
Oh,
speaking of, I'm
Let's
sorry,
go. Come here.
Warden.
the other
At least one more.
Hey,
Why
Mia.
does it say on both?
say hi. You're live. Everyone.
Yeah. That's adorable.
Turn this light off.
I should probably put
No,
a
let's go to
hat on. I got boat hair.
sleep. He said,
Yeah,
I got both here.
Take over the chat.
Yeah, so yeah, no, it definitely triggered emotions and reminded me that like I cannot continue with how I grew up. It wasn't, again, like I said, it wasn't their fault. It's what they knew, but it was also up to them to change what they knew. So that's what I'm doing. I'm changing. I refuse to be like the past and just continue on with the beatings and the screaming. Unless it's warranted, then that's different. But to get, your ass whooped for everything, that sucked. It did. But I'm also a boy. You know what I mean? That's different between girls and boys. They were treated different, you know? But yes, you weren't just rambling. I actually do look at all your lives and I pay attention to them and seek some guidance and, you know, focus on my inner well being. Plus, that shower came out dope. Like, I like that tile so much so that I wish I could do one. Like, I wish customers would pick nicer tiles to do. Subway is, I'm all subwayed out. Too much Subway in my life. I just want something different.
Where's Harry?
Where's
Where,
Harry?
where's the whaley?
Technical difficulties as always. But yeah, I mean, like I said, maybe we need to change our time. I think that's what it is. Start hours at 11.
I just text him. Just say you don't love us.
You don't want to be part of it. You don't have to be. We'll make a post. But
I was hearing you, but I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't listening. And then
you weren't processing it?
yeah. All right. Well, so let's do a little bit of an update. 20 minutes. Oh, it's because we were okay. We were idling for 10 minutes. All right.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
let's get people to get some questions here.
dude, I'm getting gray as a motherfucker. Jesus.
I know.
I guess I am geriatric.
Nathan, we'll get up with that that question a little bit later. That was a decision that was made by the individual, and we're moving forward with the podcast. That's all we're gonna say on live, and then we'll talk to you a little bit later on it.
Yeah,
not really to
we'll
elaborate
update
on
you.
it, but just kind of give you a little more light. We don't want to kind of beat a dead horse.
Yeah. We don't want any more posts. But yeah, moving on.
All right, so let's talk about it. How's business going for you? What are some things been happening lately? You closed out that big job that seems like it was change order after change order since I was last up there. So that one's finally closed, right?
Yes. So far so good. I haven't I haven't gotten a call of hey, could you change this? Like I was waiting for that. She'd be like, hey, I really like the tile in the back of the sink, but could we change it to the big tile? I was waiting for that.
Oh no.
I was literally waiting for that. I was like, oh my god. No. Can you imagine having to rip all that mosaic out? Oh god. It'd be a nightmare.
That would suck.
I mean, it's drywall, so I guess it wouldn't be as bad. But still. But that job was just like, it was just one thing after another, it was just.
But you were getting paid for it. So those are like the good delays, right? The change order delays. I guess, but
Right.
although they start affecting other projects.
Right. And that's the whole thing. Once it starts compiling or I guess moving into the other projects, that it delays you. So it's like it's nice to have a change order, but when you get hit with so many, especially that they don't come from you, because I know there's a whole stigma of how contractors will bid low and change order high.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm not like that. I kind of follow Ryan's mentality, where it's like I charge you enough so I don't have to bother you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is the price. If I run into something, it's already built into the price. That I don't go there. It's like, hey, we misjudged a curb. We need X amount, or we misjudged a light switch. You know what I mean? Like, charge what you need, so you don't have to change order it.
Yeah. So Thailand says he had to demo a penny tile shower that was DIY, Another freaking headache. Ooh, DIY showers. Those are great. I've got a 4-layer quarter-inch backer or quarter-inch hardy board DIY shower that I can show you. Skyline. No waterproofing, mesh tape.
Oh,
All of it's protruding.
profe.
Yeah, all of it got torn out down to the floor. They're lucky they had like it's a small house, but they had like 2x12 joist for no reason at all, so it didn't rot out the joist.
Yeah, dude, that was like the bathroom right now. I'm at the final stages.
That estimate one with the little moisture problem. The ones
No,
with
they're
their ceiling pets.
oh god, no. Oh, this one that I'm just wrapping up now, same thing, 3/8 subfloor. No,
Yo,
There we
you
go.
good now?
still got no fucking audio.
Done
What
tuning
the
up the dial up.
My man went to Rumba now and he's back.
Jeez.
Oh, I forgot. Jeremiah.
You still look so tense. No.
I figured you'd be-
What is
Bluetooth
that?
mode.
What kind of Chinese Bluetooth connected?
My man bought that shit from Wish.com.
Timu. Can he even hear us? Harry?
No.
1, 2, check.
No.
Say nothing if you like boys. I'm gonna leave that goodie in there.
Mhm.
Boy, he looks so pissed. Can we just take a moment to see how focused this man looks? Hold on. We got this.
I know. He's like he's about to gorilla punch the shit out of this fucking. Now you got him on dial. Look at him. I knew that was coming too. My man's focused. man.
Yeah.
I have never seen a boomer try to fix a computer problem that bad.
I
Well,
gotta
he's
check.
gonna start beating on it soon.
He's about to
Come out-
cry. he can't hear us, but he knows
He's
what we're
about to
saying.
cry. He's like, they're roasting me, and I can't even be there to defend myself.
Is he frozen?
No, I
frozen.
think he's just focused. He's zen.
Ain't no way
Oh, you
he's
better-
not moving.
Dude, snap that. That's his freaking profile picture now. Take a picture of it. Quick.
I got a snip. Don't worry.
Ah.
I got it.
Ah.
Harry.
But
All right.
yeah, no, that dude, that
distracted.
bathroom was a nightmare. The plumbing, the drywall, and then remember. Oh, did you see the pictures I sent you for that? It needs a bathroom fan.
Yeah,
The
that's what I'm
whole
talking about,
ceiling is
your moisture problem.
Black.
Yeah.
And you know what I said? I sent them a message, and I was like, "You need a remediation company." I was like, "Are you guys still using this bathroom?"
Here's a
And all he
problem.
said was, "We'll look into it. Thank you." And just
Jeez.
my man wanted me to go in there and fix that. You're crazy. That's a lot. Well, I love this podcast. Don't you guys?
Man, it's a little laggy. Am I lagging to you?
No. Well, you are, yeah, but that's just because
The
you're
voice.
young. The voice is fine.
Okay, so we're gonna seal it like this. Let's actually talk about something. We're just roasting Harry and making fun of bathrooms, but yeah. So that's actually, and I wanted to start offering that, doing mold remediation, because when you're in our line of work, it kind of goes hand in hand, right? If you don't want to crack open a wall and be like, now we got to be at a standstill for something that I can't perform, versus if you get the certifications or the training to do some mold remediation, then you're pretty much able to take control of the whole job site. Bluetooth connected. Harry, can you hear us?
Sorry. Yes. I
We
hear
were
you.
talking about your Chinese manufactured
Bluetooth connected.
Bluetooth connected.
Dude, you gotta get us canceled. You are gonna get us fucking canceled.
He's wearing a Ruger shirt. You know what I mean?
No fucking comment. I am going to say absolutely nothing.
He's wearing a Ruger shirt. At least,
Yeah.
yeah, at least that could survive his life. Probably one of the better shirts he's worn.
So Harry, what we're talking about is getting the I guess the training to do mold remediation. Just because on the line of work that we do, it'd be pretty convenient, especially when we're doing bathrooms. You know, that's the most common place you're gonna find mold.
Mm.
So
Yeah, but what does that involve as far as like equipment though? Like what are we talking?
So a lot of the times, from what I've seen working with mold remediation companies, a lot of times really they just come in, spray it with like a bleach chemical mixed with something else. It's like pool shock, and then they spray
Mm.
kills over it. I mean, these are like professional companies that are coming out to do it. If it's really bad and you want to get really bougie, a lot of times people will use the dry ice. It's like a sandblaster, but they use dry ice, and it like kills it instantly.
Why don't you have any video on?
Because well, I'll show you why.
Oh, okay.
So, send a daily return, remove it. There you go.
Damn, Skyline, tell us how you really feel.
Here's some fabuloso.
And
But-
that's the last time we heard of Skyline.
But I mean, definitely scrubbing with bleach. I found a product. I think it's like RMR something, and I mean, there's like the ad video, and then there's people that are testing it on YouTube, and they're spraying it, and it's like almost instantly, you know, getting rid of the mold. It's neutralizing it. So being able to do something like that would be pretty beneficial,
Well-
especially when you can add that on as a order. It is a pretty pricey solution, though.
Well, what I'm saying too.
What's up, Harry?
Where do you get it through?
Huh?
Who do you get the certification from?
Well, I think
Local?
local. I mean, the state. So the like North Carolina, they have certain agencies that they recognize as a mold remediation professionals, and there's like third party certifications. I believe in a certain counties, you actually have to have a certain type of certification for
Through
mold
the
that's up
county.
to like for like a certain degree. Because I think when you have to get a mold remediation like that, I think to a certain extent you have to pull a permit, or if you get their
that's
property
what-
condemned.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like when I had my house, kind of like asbestos removal, kind of be the I guess in the same ballpark figure.
Mhm.
You know, because they had to come here, they had to set up a decon station in my basement for them to
Alright.
wash off, and they had to set up a board with all their posting all their certifications, whatever, in case the inspector showed up. Isolating the room where the cleanup was done. So that's what I'm saying. Like the amount of extra work that you're going through, does it warrant for you to offer that service for the one-off clean that you're gonna do? Unless you're gonna run a full business, straight up full like remediation business. But then just to do it on a one-off, I don't see the benefit.
Well, I think it's good to have. I mean, asbestos. Yeah, I'd probably let a third party company deal with that because I particularly don't want to deal with asbestos stuff, especially if it's like the blown in insulation. But the
Right.
mold remediation stuff, that'd just be so convenient because a lot of times it's it's the curb, or we got to cut out the subfloor and treat a little bit of the
I mean, small. I'm talking small amounts we always treat, but I'm talking like you walk in a room and the whole wall's black.
yeah. So
then you're
yeah,
like,
for example, stuff like that. I mean, if you get an older house, or we're seeing a
Well-
lot of showers that are failing because they're using inadequate waterproofing, and especially if they're just tiling straight on a drywall or straight onto like Durock. Sometimes behind those walls, it's just a mold zoo.
But that's what I mean. Like once it gets to that level, you gotta like for you pulling a permit. I'm sure you gotta isolate the room. There's so many things that you have to go through. Personally, I think I don't know. I could be wrong, but what is it gonna entail as far as like because the biggest issue we have as contractors is how many tools do you have? And you're gonna add a whole new array. Oh Jesus!
That's explicit.
I am so sorry for her.
Why do you gotta look so mad at it, Harry? Jeez.
Jesus Christ! You're looking at it like it owes you money.
Yeah.
He's still trying. Oh my god, this is great.
I don't have my fucking girl's sister got my fucking phone stand.
So why don't you use a roll of tape?
You don't have that nearby either. Hold on a second, man.
This is great. This is great. Well, folks,
I mean,
welcome
having
to
the
Blue
having the
Collar
tools in hand, but that'd be like one of those specialty things.
Right.
Even if you had a small trailer equipped for it.
But then that's what I'm saying. Like, you're gonna go buy this whole new set of tools that, I mean, in all the bathrooms that you've done, count how many times you would need all that.
I mean, a full mold job. I mean,
Twice.
with how small I am right now, yeah, maybe
Twice.
a few times. I know more than twice for me. I deal with mold a lot. A lot of times the showers I deal with have already failed. So the molder, yeah, but you're talking about what, like $2,000 as a startup to do some molder, to do like minor to mid mold remediation. I mean, you have your
Right.
HEPA air scrubber. You're gonna have your solvent.
That, what I'm saying, I
Tyvek
guess
sticks.
I guess what I'm saying is like, at the size that we currently are, I don't see it being beneficial.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Now,
wouldn't it just be easier to hire the company and just
yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, like,
make something off the top?
right. Now, if you're running like a 3-team, 4-team show, you're running multiple bathrooms, then yeah, hiring somebody for that will cost you more versus doing it in house. But if you're just doing the one-off bathroom that we do a month, it's good. It doesn't warrant that kind of, like, that's, for instance, like, Harry doesn't do bathrooms every day, every month, right? So he doesn't deal with demo the amount of times we do. So having a dump trailer doesn't really make sense for the one-off chance that you need to dump shit, you know?
True.
Now, if he was doing it like us, where we're doing 1 to 2 bathrooms a month, then having a dump trailer will save him money in the long run because he's going to be dumping a lot. So I guess it's a time and place for everything, I guess. If you're running a bigger company, I can see why having the certification and the equipment to do it will make sense.
But would it streamline and make the process faster? And in return, you can work directly with the customer. And
yes.
for people that are in the chat right now, I mean, feel free to tune in. This is kind of like an open discussion here. If you guys have done mold remediation or thought about it, what are your take on it? What's your take on it?
How'd you guys get into this conversation? What's going
on? See, Skyline says he gets I got a dump head that costs $20 for a full truck bed. So that's cheap. No head price. Right. But it all depends situational, I guess, too, because it depends, like, the distance from the dump. If you got to drive far out to go dump shit, then it really doesn't make sense. And, like, if I had to drive more than a half hour to go dump my garbage, I would just get a dumpster at that point, because it would cost me in an hour, if not more. Because you think about a half-hour drive, right? Half hour to dump, half hour to, it's an hour and a half of your day just dumping garbage. That's,
yeah, but you were charged for that time.
Yes, you're charging for that time, but you're also losing that time, which would be more about an efficiency thing rather than, because you got to see where you can save. You know what I mean? Like, I saw, what the hell is that guy's name? The guy from California that does a lot of paving work. He was like, it would cost me more money to send my guys to the dump than it was to have a dumpster delivered in my yard where the guys at the end of the day can dump all their garbage into.
Oh yeah, you're referring to windshield time.
Right. Exactly. So it's like, you got to try to find those savings, because those are the ones that add up. It's not really on the job site per se, but like trips to Home Depot. Like I was telling Harry earlier, like having like you guys have a storage unit with go board, sealant, screws, all the necessities ready at hand where you can go and grab it before the job starts, versus you having to go to Home Depot, having to spend the time at Home Depot to come back to the job site. You know what I'm saying? So you want to be able to grab it and go, which will save you time.
It saves you a little bit of time, but you also got to keep in mind, I mean, in your area, you might be able to get away with it, but sometimes these dumpsters won't fit in the driveways where I'm at. There's one. Two, a lot of HOAs will restrict a dumpster being posted up outside versus a trailer I can pick up and leave at the end of the day.
Right.
And a trailer is considered a vehicle, and they can't restrict vehicles on public roadways.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, for us, it makes sense to have a dumpster because you and I do too much bathroom wise. For Harry, on the other hand, he does maybe once every 3 months.
This 19-year-old that's invincible give him
You know,
$20 and he loads it up in his 5x8.
that's exactly
trailer.
what that guy did.
Yeah. I mean, in all
Literally.
fairness, if you can find some hungry young dude, I mean, I say that like I'm not that guy's age, but I mean, that'd be the way to go, especially if they're gonna load it in the trailer. I'm like, here's your money.
Yeah, I told him when he finished, I said, man, I said, you don't know how much of a relief that is to not have to see that trash can no more, bro.
Yeah.
Now
Like,
imagine him having to dump it.
that was worth every bit.
Yeah, see, that's the thing, and that was the big ultimatum or determining factor for me on the trailer, right? You load that trailer up, it's great. You haul it off the job site, but now you gotta essentially load that trailer twice. You gotta load it, then unload it. So you're moving everything
Yeah.
twice versus just
Exactly. So that's why.
Harry's like, I don't even gotta touch it. I just gotta hand the man $100 or what
And
he
don't get me
charged
wrong.
me.
I looked into that. There are guys around my area that will come.
They charge 120 per 120
load?
for a half load and 240
300.
for the full load.
That's
But
not
it
bad,
was
actually.
it was actually a load and a half. So
That's not bad at all.
That's still not bad.
yeah, nah, I don't think so.
I mean, people
Now,
charge
if
like
you were
$250 a day
doing,
in my area.
now think about it this way: if you were doing 2 bathrooms a month, you'd buy the trailer. At that
Oh
point,
yeah, of course. If 2 bathrooms a month, you need it.
you need it, and then it has multiple purposes.
Yeah,
You can
'cause
rent
you
that out
leave the
too.
trailer there. You don't have to worry about scheduling these guys to come out, calling, doing all that. Fucking, it took me a half a day to find these guys. I spent the half day trying to find a fucking a dump.
Yeah, I mean,
So
so it made sense, and I guess in every level of the business, you start unlocking new levels, if you will. Like for us, is the dump trailers. You know, that was our unlocking of our level. Like now we don't even think about it. You back it in, demo day is done, go to the dump, push a button, done. We're done.
mhm.
Trailer goes back to the house. You know, and then it sits there, essentially. Now, this year, I think what I'm moving up to is going to be the enclosed trailer and a new truck.
And that's actually the step for me too. I know
So
Harry's
it's
got some stuff in the works, but I'm not gonna put his business out there.
Said, hold on. It said Groovy says Nashville dump is 30 minutes out of town, 140 to dump a trailer or 80 to unload any by hand, up to a ton.
God damn, that's a lot.
Yeah,
See,
they
but
charge
he's
us
30.
$60 a ton. When
Yeah.
I at
No,
the
he
when I
said
meet 'em.
$80 a ton if you unload it by hand.
Up to a
See, but
ton though.
right, but he said he's 30 minutes out, so that's what I'm talking about. 30 minutes to drive there, another 20 minutes to unload.
Oh my! Listen,
30
you're
minutes
you're
back.
you're from New York. 30 minutes is a long time for you. All right, if it's within 45 minutes, it's a normal drive for me.
Right, but what I'm saying is like if you have employees, which you
Fuck
do,
that.
but if you
You
have
don't count. You're from
employees,
Connecticut. No,
so but you have a worker, so you're good. He's
correct.
working while you're still doing that. But now if you didn't have that worker, that hour and a half can put you behind.
Well, here's the kicker too: is he's getting his enclosed trailer, so he can leave the tools on site, and I can bring the other trailer. So now we can operate both. So he's operating to the point where he's being more efficient for me, so he can be more efficient with my jobs.
Which means
Boom.
you guys can pile on more jobs.
Correct.
Right. So yeah, like I said, for some people it won't make sense. Personally, me, even with jobs, if it's more than a half hour, you don't make money. You know what I mean? You don't make money. So you have to, well, I think after a half hour, you have to build in travel time into your jobs. Anything past a
Yes.
half hour.
So I have
You have
a well, a travel time. It depends on the job. A lot of times it's included in my pricing, but I do have a like a gas allowance. And Skyline said I would get a trailer, but my HOA wouldn't let us have trailers, so I can't park it on the street. I would have to rent a spot at a storage. All right, so here's a dirty trick, Skyline, because I've dealt with HOAs. If you're in a public neighborhood on a public roadway, HOAs cannot restrict or govern anything on a public roadway. That is strictly city ordinance. So you can
Yep.
park it on a public roadway and lock it up. They can't do anything about it. But if it's in your driveway, then yeah, they
It's
can give you a hard
different
time.
story. Exactly. But see, and then like I
I
was
like
telling here,
what Missy just said, because most of the time when I have like that kitchen that I did in December, I put all the trash outside and the big painting job that I had to do. in January too. I put all the trash outside, and they just gotta fucking on Wednesdays they come pick it up. So well, they have different days. But yeah, here is the same thing. So
Damn,
well,
Missy.
it also depends for me. It also depends on what neighborhood I'm working in, though. The garage that I'm doing right now, they have the same thing, and that's like two towns away, basically. Um, but depending on where you at,
But,
if the town picks up the trash, that's always good. But
yeah, but I mean,
I
you're
mean,
gonna do a demo of a bathroom and leave it in the front of their house? Like that's a lot. Trash.
it depends on the customer.
That's a
Like for me, I
lot.
always took it home and I would put it in my personal trash can. And outside of like the big demo jobs, my miscellaneous job site trash, I could throw in my trash. I don't make a lot of trash.
Yeah.
But
to be
I
honest,
do.
the first conversations that I have with them once everything is all said and done, I'm like, what are we doing with the trash? Does because out here it's very common for places to pick it up. So I just ask, like, do I have to rent a dump? Can I leave it out front and they'll take it away, or do I throw it in the back of my truck? You let me know. And
Well, I mean, the option should be either dump or they take it away.
See,
mhm,
That's
I
it.
don't even give that option. That's included. It's like, listen, I am taking care of you from start to finish. The
Yeah.
only thing you have to do is go look at the tile and write the checks. Right. So and I make it very clear that no trash, other than like if it's in a bathroom, we'll leave a trash bag in the bathroom in a can so they can throw stuff out. But there's no trash bags in the yard. There's no trash bags in the garage. Everything gets cleaned up at the end of the day.
Well,
So
if you plan on charging for your service, especially for like a higher end clientele, they don't want to deal with that, man. You know what I mean? They're not gonna want to see trash. They just want to see you come in and go out.
oh
Done.
yeah, Skyline. If it's a new construction, it's going in the contractor's trash can.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
gonna
no,
put it
that's
a couple
different.
lots over too, so they don't track me down.
So, but if you're like, especially in my neighborhood, you wouldn't do that just because they'd be like, "Yo, you're in charge of the trash," and you build it in. That's part of your demo slash trash overhaul. And I've never left short of like 3 items, like small ones. Other than that, everything comes home with me. And now that I have the dump trailer, I just keep throwing shit in there until it fills up.
I did that shit one too many times. My lady said, no more. Stop bringing
Well,
fucking trash home.
well, the nice thing about the dump trailer, because I've got neighbors, and my neighbor on her porch, she can see into my trailers, but the dump trailer has a really nice cover. So I try to keep the dump below the cover, so that when the cover is shut, right, you can't see the trash that's on the inside. And
Yep.
she already says, she appreciates that. So you do have that aspect of it. Um, just hiding the trash. But I could definitely understand if the missus says no,
Yeah,
especially
no, I
just a
mean,
trailer.
but yeah, like I said, that adds just more towards, I guess, catering to a higher clientele, if you will, because I'm sure that's how it
Hostile.
goes. You show up, it's clean, there's no garbage there.
Missy, we call that upper management.
Yeah, upper management.
And the kids are HR.
Yes, no, the upper management, and then you have the assistant managers. What are you talking about? That's what
The
the kids are.
assistant to the manager.
Assistant managers, because we have those here. You go to a job site, there's like the supervisor, then the assistant supervisor, then there's the intern of the supervisor. It's like, damn, bro, how many of you are God? Jesus.
I just want to talk to the treasurer. No.
But yeah, no, enclosed trailer, I think it's the next step. Probably a 7x14. That's my size. Because anything bigger than that, the driveways over here, I'm just not gonna want to take a whole driveway away from the people. Assistant to the regional manager, Jesus.
So I'm curious, Harry, with your setup. I mean, I know we all can manage without a trailer, but we all know that a trailer, in most cases,
Oh,
would be, if we can take it with us and not have to worry about parking, it would be amazing.
Mhm.
So, just out of curiosity, at least Harry, on your end, are you looking into a trailer at some point, or are you able to just run everything out of the back of your truck?
It's annoying running everything out of the back of my truck because I have my tent out back where I keep my tools, but that area there is just not
Not working out.
it's not set up for keeping and storing tools. You know, it's like I would either have to build a slab or like get some crushed rock or something. Like I would have to set that thing up, and I'm just not trying to do that here because we rent. So
Storage unit.
huh?
Storage unit.
That's my next option. I'm actually going to be probably renting a storage unit out in the next, maybe before the end of this week. I'm going to decide on which one. I have one that's literally like right outside my neighborhood is the main road, and I have the option of getting a 10 by 20.
Those 10 by 20s are amazing.
A 10 by 20 for 125, I think it is a month.
So, is it a like a big company or is it a locally owned one?
No, it's a locally owned one, and he does have a lot right next door where they store repoed vehicles. So I'm gonna see if he'll allow me to store a trailer there. If that's the case, then
storage and trailer, yeah.
So
we'll be golden right there.
Something that worked for me, Harry, because I actually got 3 of those 10 by 20s storage units, but I bought one first and then I bought the other 2.
Mm-hmm.
But I paid for the year outright, and they gave me a discount, so I'm paying a. Say again.
Kip just joined the chat.
What's up, Kip? So like I paid my lease for my storage unit for the
What's
year,
up, chat?
and he was able to. He was able to bring the rent down to $100 a unit. So I'm essentially getting 600 square feet for what, 3,000 a year?
Bulk builds.
So,
yeah,
Paul,
I mean that's
what's up with Paul? Paul builds like Ron Paul.
What up, chat? What is a Paul build? What are those?
I think he might be talking about Ron Paul.
Oh, maybe you're talking about a pack out build.
Ron Paul is a carpenter to make some really sweet compact systems and compact trailer systems.
Oh, maybe that's what he's talking about. But that's that's another thing too. I think Groovy brought it up. He's like, get the one with the ramp and not the swinging doors. I like the swinging doors. I think I could get more used. No, it's not that I'm difficult.
Harry, back me up here.
So
difficult.
So no, what I'm saying is like, because I see trailers where you have the barn doors, right? And on each door you can hang more stuff. You know what I'm saying? You can hang all your caulking tubes on one door or whatever, your cleaning supplies on one end, all your other ladders and stuff on the other. If you have a ramp, you completely lose the back door. That's just, you can't use the back door because that's just going to be a ramp.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's cool.
You know what I mean? Like,
just
in the ramp.
Over it.
I hear you, but I'm not listening.
Because like the ramp, yes, if you're going to be hauling stuff that you need a ramp with, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking like you need a dolly to move stuff.
Missy's difficult too.
No, I like. Well, why she say she likes the barn doors?
Yeah,
doors too.
Yeah, I like. So Ron Paul, I'll have to say Ron Paul has the best trailer designs. If you're looking up any type of mobile tool trailer, Ron Paul's going to show up, or Ron Paul inspired trailers are going to show up. And I mean, I've used that on work trailers at my old job, and I'm the ones I'm designing now. I'm using a Ron Paul system. Even the shop I'm building on the basement, my weekend job, Ron Paul. So that is, everybody's got to look into that. There's that man just makes
and the other thing too is like you've seen the houses that I work up here. Some of them don't have big driveways. They don't.
No, you just know how to maneuver a trailer.
No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about having to drop that ramp door. You need space. So I like this. Like I said, the barn doors for me is just because I can use it for. I feel like I can storage more stuff on the doors. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to be needing a ramp to load like heavy stuff. And if you do, like Missy said, if you need a pallet, just have them forklifted in there. You know what I mean?
Are you done being difficult now?
Easier on the knees, not having to step up or down. I like that.
Yeah, I prefer that, especially for someone like I've done the slab stuff, being able to walk that slab right up and pop it on the A-frame with minimal steps.
That's also my other thing. Like that might be I don't know how you do it, but like even like Jose, he doesn't transport his slabs. Those get delivered on site because he doesn't want that responsibility. Yeah, but you don't want the responsibility. You could have them delivered. You don't need to go pick them up unless you're a supplier yourself, like heavy. Then you're taking on that responsibility, and at that point, you might as well build a trailer specifically for slabs transport only.
Not necessarily. I mean, I have a tile shop that I work with, but I have a distributor account and I get distributor pricing. So I'm technically am a distributor. I'm just not distributing out of my location.
Right. But what I'm saying is like, so you got the trailer, right? You got all your tools in there. You got all this shit, and now you're gonna put an A-frame in the middle with slabs, with the potential of anything flying off those damn shelves and hitting those slabs.
I moved slabs for 3 years on an A-frame and trailer. Never had that issue.
Again, I don't know.
How are you driving?
How am I driving? Very slowly. You learn how to drive very defensively. Dodge every
driving. Are you worried?
His top speed in his city is like 35 miles an hour. We'll be in a small town in a freaking the foothills, and it's 55 miles an hour. And if you're going 55 miles an hour, the people behind you on your ass are honking at you. Like that's how.
You were in high school 3 years ago.
I was in high school. No, I worked 2 years out of high school, and then I started getting into construction.
Yeah, no, but it's
I was still pulling trailers in high school, though.
You know, personal preference, I guess. I mean, you know, I had the ramp. Again, I wasn't a fond of the ramp, even though it only lasted a week. Literally bought a trailer for 1 week and then I sold it. It just wasn't. Adam's here.
Exactly, difficult.
No, it's not difficult. It's just I have a certain preference when it comes to things. Just like when you
go
on
get
my
your
truck,
wife on there. Get your wife here. She's gonna back me up.
Just like when you go on my truck and you can find the tools where they're supposed to be, right? Right? Instead of opening up a tonneau cover and fishing for shit.
Yeah, that's because you have the pack out system. Don't be jabbing at me now. No. All right, you better slow it down there.
Oh, now you have it after a year.
It's not cool when you jump onto me. It's cool when I jump onto you. It's not cute when you do it.
Oh, now the teenager. It's okay, Jeremiah.
Pack system is the pack out, man.
Dude, so here's my thing, right? I have asked every influencer. I was like, can you open the tough build while it's locked? Can you open the lids with the other ones locked in place? Nobody's posted a video.
You just always look for the one thing,
problem.
that can do better.
I will say that on the pack out, it is beneficial to open up your boxes without having to take the stuff on top off.
Well, what I'm saying is, like, you saw my setup in my truck. You can literally access every pack out right there. I don't have to unlock anything. So
I was only kidding, man. I don't even own the tough build stuff system. I have a. Yeah, Skyline's fucking, his setup of rigids is fucking insane. The tough build pack out is junk. I was only kidding, man.
Skyline sets up his whole office when he comes on the job. I will say though, I did recently invest in a pack outs, and those drawers, the drawers are where they're at, but it hurt to pay it. I think I've got about 1,500 in pack outs now, and it's just in the back of my truck. And it hurts. Yeah.
Is Omar muted or frozen? Oh,
he's muted.
Okay. He didn't move for a second. He just finally moved his head. I'm like, what the hell?
Well, what happened?
You're talking about how
for a second. You didn't look down for a minute.
I froze. So no, that was the thing. Like my pack out system, I can access every drawer but still be hooked on. And I mean, like a lot of weight too, like a vacuum, my batteries, everything is packed. And I do that specifically so I don't have to have like, when Jeremiah hits the brakes and things go flying, mine is in place, doesn't go anywhere. You know what I mean? And I like organization. I know where everything is. I can tell you exactly like, hey, if I have a helper, bottom bin, left side, there's the whole hog. You'll know exactly where it is. You know what I mean? Like,
except for the fact you confuse a box and a bag. He'll be like, go outside in the box, right? I'll be looking at all the boxes, and he's like, dumbass, it's right here. And it's like this little limp dick fucking bag that he's got just laying on the floorboard. Like, he's like, it's right here. I'm like, that's not a box.
Anyway, but my system is pretty much all the pack outs are clicked onto the base of the back seat, and if I need to use the truck, it will literally take me 10 minutes to empty everything out.
Yeah, and you also your job site. Your further job site's like 10 minutes away from your house. I'll be lucky if I'm 10 minutes away from a gas station or where I work. So
yeah,
I'm
but
driving at least 30 minutes home to get tools if I need to pick something up.
And the organization thing goes back to the guy that was my when I was an apprentice. I ended up working for a OCD plumber. And you think I have an organization problem? Oh my god. This man had tools from size from the smallest one to the biggest one. He would measure the hooks in which he would actually put them on, put them at the same difference. Like he had a problem.
Harry. So
OCD, man.
I'm gonna tell you how OCD Omar is. He's got 2 torpedo levels, one in his plumbing bag and one in his hand tool bag, and he had them both in there. I accidentally swapped the torpedo levels, and this man, they're pretty much the exact same. They're blue. They're just as dirty. They have the same fucked up, bubble glass on it. And he's like, he just slides it out and puts it in the other one. He's like, that's the wrong one. I'm like, bro, now you're just doing this to fuck with me. Like, I'm your helper. I'm your apprentice, and you're trying to like initiate me now.
But that's how I am. And again, it comes from him. Like he would literally like he
bad,
would
huh?
you know what I mean? Like he would literally just put the tools there and he'd be like, I need that screwdriver that's on the corner left. And you would know exactly where you would have to get it. And I found that after a while, when you do that, you know where shit is. You don't lose it. You just don't. And losing tools costs you a lot of money if you think about it. Like after over time, you keep buying the same damn tool twice. And then once you finally found it, you're like, look, now I got 17 screwdrivers because I couldn't find it the other day. You know?
No, screwdrivers, you get a handful of uses and they're gone. Just how they
I wish organization was one of my strengths, man. It's not. I know where everything is at in my mess.
See, yeah, that's all I am. I'm like, I can promise you it's in the truck. I can promise you that much. Now where it is in the truck, that's a different story.
Not for nothing. Sometimes I honestly feel like I have like some kind of a photographic memory though, because like once I put shit away, that's as best as it's gonna get. Like I put it all away. I put it where I want it, where I need it. And I remember where everything is at. Now, once thing starts to come out, I just have to remember where I last saw it. And I'm like,
I know the Impax hex drivers underneath the passenger seat on the right stud to the front near the jack.
No, that unorganized. I just like I fucking move shit from this pouch to this bag from where I keep all my.
No, I can't do that
here. But that just happens throughout the day, man, because I'm always doing something, and my ADD, sometimes I can't even stay on task, man. Like, if I get frustrated with something going on here, I move on to doing something else, and I need a whole different set of tools, and I'm just
organized chaos.
Yeah. Like,
see, to me, it was his training. I swear to God, it was his training where, like, let's say we were working under a kitchen sink, and halfway through, you already have because plumbers have the bad reputation of showing up with a bucket full of like rusted freaking tools and ready to work. This guy was like, we're not like that. We tuck our shirts in, we show up with clean boots, and then he would stop the job and he's like, you need to organize your tools. And he would stop the job and we would line them up like soldiers. He's like, all right, now you can continue.
I wish I were. Man,
from him.
That's fucking bad.
And
I mean, I'll straighten them up and stack them in a corner. That's as best as you're getting from me. As long as I got a clear walk. I will say, if I don't have a clear walkway, I have to clean up the space, because then you end up tripping over tools.
But
I got size 11 feet, so I'm knocking everything over when I take a step.
Now, how did that
habit I've developed? Yes, that egress shit.
How did that spill over to my top? What would you say?
Referring to what Jeremiah was just saying, if you don't have a clean walkway, like that is actually a habit that I developed working at UPS, because we used to have to keep the aisle clean, or you got to shut the aisle down. Everybody got to clean up, and fucking before we can continue working, that aisle got to be clean. It was just it was a safety hazard that they were really serious about. So, like, that's one thing that has stuck with me since when's the last time I worked at UPS? I was like fucking 20.
I was more worried about not stepping on my drill and snapping it in half.
See, but how many times have you been on a job site and halfway through you start stumbling on shit and you're like, you start getting frustrated? You know what I mean? Like,
Not
Mhm.
much, because when I get to that point, I'm like, all right, time to stop and clean up. Like,
right.
straighten
So
up.
I try to avoid that, and that's why when you see me working, I have to have certain things. Like, it's got to be in a certain position, and once I get myself in that position, that's it. I'm stuck. And I
Yeah.
start working tile, 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 stop, tile, 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 stop. So and again, it becomes repetition after a while. Like I have my folded table. That table goes there. Snap cutters here. Garbage box right underneath that snap cutter, so that way I could just drop pieces as I go. I don't have to look or stack or anything like that.
Shirt tuck, I just can't. I know, right? Bougie New York plumbers.
I
That was
mean,
just his thing.
I can't keep my shirt tucked in, man. Like, I mean, maybe now I lost a little weight, maybe it'll stay in,
But
but man, I'm
I
always
see. I wear beaters. That stays tucked in.
okay.
Man, man bras.
I, I don't need one of those.
Dude, I started wearing those because of my grandfather, because he used to wear them. Because in campo, it gets hot, so took his shirt off. He had a beater under, and
Yeah.
that's what he worked in. So ever since then, I started wearing them, and I was like, yo, I cannot step out just with a shirt. Even if I'm wearing a button up, I have to have that.
Yeah, no, I used
You
to
know,
wear. I don't know, man. I just get so hot so quick, man. I need the least amount of layers as possible, man. A t-shirt and a hoodie, even out here when it be cold, I
Yeah,
barely.
Omar ain't wearing his beater out here in our summers.
no, I'll wear it. I wear it to Florida.
No, you won't. Boy, you'll peel your skin off at the end of the day taking that off.
Nah, dude. See, that's the funny part is like the ones that I wear act as like a wicking, if anything, and it keeps you dry. It's
Mm.
kind of weird.
Don't
It,
keep
it
you dry.
acts
It
as
keeps
like
you cool.
it keeps you cool, but it doesn't bother me at all, dude. I'm so used to it that it's
I'm so
weird.
used to my 80-degree high summers.
Yeah, if I was working with Skyline, dude, and I saw his ass crack like that, I would take a marginal trowel and pack that shit with Vincent. What?
Give me a fucking quarter.
I would just be like, "Yo, we gotta crack the film. Come on."
Yeah.
It's 72
And I
degrees
try to,
cold. It's
dude,
50.
At 72 degrees, I'll live in 72 degrees.
where in Florida are you, Versatile? Because I'm flying out to Florida this weekend.
He can live
72.
with
I'm
That's
sweating.
not something a man wants to hear when there's another man behind him. There's a crack that needs filling.
Yeah, but just imagine like you fill it up with this and you grab a
He'll
mosaic
pull
and
his
you
pants
just
up
like
real quick though.
so you got your new trans stamp. Put a
this
mosaic sheet on his ass.
the other day. Skyline had posted, and he was fucking knee deep in snow, and I was fucking driving around. In
Oh, I
goddamn
texted that. Oh, hell no.
70
No.
degree weather. I was like, Jesus. Stop
We
playing.
got about 12 inches of sun this morning. And about 5 inches of
Jeez.
wind.
Winter haze.
Oh, it was actually snowy today here.
Well, you keep that up there. How about that?
Dude, that's why I'm leaving. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't like it.
Makes his bones hurt.
Dude, everything hurts. And then I know all females will be like, "Oh, we like the cold." Yes, because you're concerned about your frizzy hair. Like that's the only concern you have.
Frizzy hair.
Literally, frizzy hair. That's literally the only concern they have.
The fucking humidity.
Right. So if
Oh,
you
yeah.
had no frizzy hair at heated places, they would love to be in the heat. But that's the only thing. Because she's like, "Oh, I like to see the seasons change." I'm like, "To what? Depression? Everything dies in the wintertime, and then you got to be locked in your house for months." Like
No, it's
that
the
sounds
fall,
so inviting.
the fall foliage, Omar.
Yeah. Dude,
Oh,
I'm
kiss
telling you,
my
come to the
ass.
Smokies up here, or like the mountains over here, man. And fall, it's probably one of the best views in North Carolina. Like go out towards Bryson City in North Carolina, and
Listen, we have trains for the foliage where they literally go
have
up and down
trains.
the Hudson River and show you all the foliage.
When your sightseeing is trains, when you have to input trains into your sightseeing,
You see all the foliage you want to see on that goddamn train.
Right. And you know what we have to do? Us commoners, we have to come home and clean up that foliage. Okay?
This man's like, when
That's
you're
what
on
us
the train,
commoners have to do.
Omar's looking out of the train window at the fall leaves. You see the intercom in the background. Please, to whoever shit on the floor in the bathroom, please remember to shit
Dude,
in
when,
the
when
receptacle.
you see the leaves, all you think about is gutter cleaning and cleaning your lawn. That's all there is. And then you got to go out there with the leaf blower. Oh, God.
Okay, then just don't
I,
have trees in your yard. How about that? Do that and view it from a distance.
I
You
don't
shouldn't
have
be
trees.
sightseeing nature from a tree, all right? My type of sightseeing is, hey, you're probably going to need a 4-wheel drive vehicle to reach this location. And
Well,
here's
yeah,
the road
that's
trucker if you
fine.
get stuck.
Dude, but the thing is like that is the wind. I'm telling you, like I've gone out, cleaned my whole yard. You see my kids pulling it with the electric cars, the tarps, and then you come back the next day, the wind had brought everything from the neighbor's yard to your yard. It's like you have nothing, like you haven't done anything.
Not
You haven't
just
made
blow
no
into the. That's why I
progress.
don't pick it up. I just blow into the neighbor's yard.
You made no
Down
progress
the road.
whatsoever. You're just like, you know what? I would just get a flamethrower. Just burn all this motherfucker. Last year I started paying for somebody to cut my grass because I literally would come home from work tired of shit. And it's like, all right, now I gotta go spend 2 hours cutting this motherfucking burnt grass. You know, It's fucking burnt. I don't maintain it. I don't water it. That thing survives on its own as nature intended it.
That dude killed off all the weak strands. Nothing but resilient weeds.
It's the weeds against the grass, bro. Somebody's got to win.
Pollen. Oh man, this dude.
Don't say you said the P word.
That's why. That's why y'all see me. I keep rubbing my fucking eye.
Shut down the podcast. You fucking started with the pollen word.
Yeah. I had to take some Benadryl just reading that.
Yeah, but that's what I don't and again I'm from South America, a warm part of South America, where like the coldest day would be like.
You mean like
65.
South America as a whole, unless you're in a valley?
No, because like in from where I'm from, you have all the climates depending on where you drive. 4 hours to the east, you get 98 degrees with 100% humidity. You drive 4 hours west, you get New York City weather. You know what I mean? Like it all depends where you are. I was in the middle, so it would in a valley. And
Yeah, valleys are colder. Bolivia's like that with Cochabamba. It's really cool, but the rest of Bolivia can get hot.
Cochabamba? That sounds familiar. Yeah. So but I grew up like that. The coldest would be like 60. And that was only like short lived, you know what I mean? And then the hottest would be like 80.
Omar's South Mexican, Versa.
Yeah, I'm from South Mexico. according to Fox News, I'm from Southeast Mexico.
Yeah. Try to explain to rednecks countries in South America. It's easier just to go South Mexican. I'm South Mexican.
I'm South Mexican.
I was
you're
at a
from
bar and I
Brazil?
was explaining to this guy where Bolivia was, and I was like, we're like it's like in the center. It's almost like landlocked in South America. They're like, oh, Brazil. I was like, no, like below that. And they're like, Chile or not Chile, Argentina. I was like, no, in between that. And they're like, no, that's Brazil. I'm like, bro, how you gonna tell me?
Versatile's mom is from Brazil, Mexico. So, dude, I'm not kidding you. Fox News did put out a map that labeled everything south of Mexico, just with different names. So I'm from South Mexico.
These Portuguese Mexicans.
Portuguese Mexican.
We got those mountain Mexicans. Those white Mexicans are Argentinians, but they'll work.
They're still white Mexicans.
Gonna get canceled for this.
Then you know what? You go to Peru, which is kind of weird because Peruvians have a really high
Mexican.
They have a high Japanese culture there. Like have you ever seen the president of Peru?
Yeah, Brazil also.
My man is a straight up Jap. He's a Jap.
Argentina's got a big German population. No.
Oh, y'all violent today, man.
You mean where Hitler lives?
So, so I mean, to answer Versa as far as Omar.
No, I'm from Ecuador, middle of the world. Oh, Middle Mexico. There you go.
Central South Mexico.
Central South Mexico. Oh my god. Yeah, no, but it's just I don't know. But yeah, the trailer. I I don't know if there's a price difference. Is there a price difference between barn doors and ramp? I wonder.
Hmm, I don't know. I haven't looked at barn doors because they're useless.
You're useless.
That's true, but I'm not trying to put a value on it. You're not comparing my value.
Yeah, see, Versatile even thought I was from Mexico. See? He's like, I thought you were from Mexico.
All right, Harry, throw him for a loop.
I had somebody ask me if I was Surinamese. I was like, what the fuck is that?
You're like, bless you. What'd you say?
Bro, he said Surinamese, and I'm like, I don't even know. I've never heard of
Serbian?
Oh.
Suriname. Suriname.
As soon as they said that, I would have been like, bless you. Like,
Gesundheit. Gesundheit.
when's the last time in Ecuador? Not lately.
That was pre-kids. So that's 9 years ago?
Shit.
Yeah, dude. 9 years. I've been
Where-
wanting to go because
I've never-
Instagram is pushing so much of Ecuadorian posts now towards me. I guess I must have clicked on something. And it's showing all the good food, man. And you know, when you go back home, first you got to go right to the crappiest like hut that's on the side of the road covered in dust. That's the spot you're going to go eat. Because you don't go to the fancy restaurant. That's just going to taste like shit. You go straight to the hut.
Is that a health
$100.
code paper? I ain't eating here.
I know. Is that a health code paper? Good. No. Thank you. Have a good day. You know, you because last time I went, I did that. As soon as we landed the plane, you got to drive to where I'm from because the nearest airport's like 3 hours away, and international airport, and stopped at this little,
It's just a
you
field.
know, basically. You know, I got some stories with my trip, but so we go there. This is
Gotta watch out
literally
for
like
flying packages on the airstrip.
a bodega. So it's basically someone's house with a bodega front and 2 tables. Like that's all we went there for. And I'm coming from the US. I don't know the currency exchange. It's been a while. I haven't been there since I was a kid. So I just put $100 on the table. I was like, "Can I get a case of beer?" And she was like, "Okay, what else?" I'm like, "What do you mean, what else? You can get more?"
You paying for $100 for a case of beer up there? Hold on a second. And
So I was like, whatever it gets us. And I paid for everybody's meal. Everybody got a case of beer. We were all smashed. And I got change. I'm like, shit. All
Car.
right. I was like, this is going to be bad. You're telling me that I can come here with very little money and stuff myself. So I gained like 20 pounds while I was down there. I was drinking like local cerveza every day by the case. Just go to because again, internet cafes are still a thing down there, and especially the little town that I'm from. Not everybody has internet, so you have to go to the internet cafe if you want to use the internet. And I would just get a case of beer, go do my email stuff, and as I'm walking back, I'm drinking that beer to my house. It's just so different down there, and they don't care. Nobody cares. That's like normal.
I think you're right. I don't care. No.
You know?
See, Harry, this is we're gonna throw Versa for a loop. Start speaking Spanish.
All right. Well, he's Armenian, so
Oh, I'm like Harry? No.
Harry's Armenian.
I'm from Suriname.
Sure.
Sermonese.
Surinamese. Something about that sir's knees. No.
What's it? I can see Harry's like, what's wrong with your knees? You okay? Like,
Sir, there's
said,
nothing
yeah.
wrong with my knees. I don't know what you're talking about. That's where the South comes out. The hell you saying?
Apparently, this country is somewhere near Brazil. The guy who asked me is from the UK. He asked if I was
fucking
Suriname.
random. Okay, now I gotta look it up. What'd you say?
Suriname. It's
Suriname. All right, you just changed a whole different country.
Suriname.
That's where you're
Chile.
from, Surinamese.
Suriname.
Chile?
No, Suri and
That's what came up.
Suriname.
Suriname.
Oh no, Suriname country. Sure enough. That's the
Is it over there by like fucking what's it called? Guinea?
Oh,
Guinea?
that's by
Yeah.
Guinea. Yeah. No, actually, it's not even near Guinea. That's Oh, it is next to Guinea. What am I talking about? Yeah, French Guinea.
So
Suriname.
nobody knows that part of South America. No.
Why Guyana? We know Guyana.
Yeah.
State of what the
I'm-
hell is that? State?
I met somebody from Guyana before, and I thought he was straight Indian, bro. I was like, "Where are you from?"
Well, see those are weird. Like French Guinea and
Those are
Ghana,
weird.
because those were ports for the ships. So you're gonna get like all kinds of different cultures because that's where they would stop.
Oh yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean? So that's why you like. There's also in Ecuador is there's one port.
Oh,
It's
his
called fuck, what's it called?
Panama.
No. It's a town. Esmeraldas. That's what it's called. And you go there, and it's dude. When I'm talking like 6'5" black dudes, you would never even think they're Ecuadorians. Like legit, they're not. They speak like they don't even speak like the regular Spanish. It's like you would never think, but that was a slave port. So that's where all the slaves were undocked and everything. So now when you go there, like when you saw the U.S. the Ecuador national team,
Mm.
the goalie is the only one that's white. Like everybody else is black. To the point that Chile requested a DNA test.
So I would actually like to figure out, but because I was doing some research on my grandfather's where his last name, because my grandfather's last name was Bonafont, and it turns out that I may be like French Haitian or some shit.
Could be.
Yeah, wow, very
Because
good.
I mean,
Huh?
it's Puerto Rican, aren't you though?
Yeah, I'm Puerto Rican, yeah, but
So
my
if you're Dominican, I can understand that.
my last name is actually a town in Portugal.
Burgos, yeah.
Very, very one of those places where a lot of wine comes from, a wine country basically. And but my grandfather's last name is French Haitian, and he was black. You would think he was black, like
It's crazy, right?
yeah.
See, my because I have both my mom and my dad's last name, so my mom's last name comes from Spain,
No shit.
and that explains why most of the males in our family were tall and light eyes. Like most of us.
I was an island boy about three Halloweens ago, man. If you ever see that picture.
I mean, island boy.
Go figure, Harry. The guy that's in South America, where the conquistadors were, happens to have Spanish blood.
Like
my man, your bloodline was pillaged.
Now look at my daughter, my oldest one. How tall do you think my oldest one is?
Daughter.
The one that was
his daughter.
How tall do you think she is?
I know how tall she is, so
he knows how tall she is.
Was she like 4 feet already?
No.
Taller than 4 feet?
You're almost a foot off.
Yeah. 4'9".
She's 9 years old and she's 4'9", bro.
Yep.
I need to take a DNA test. No, I'm kidding.
Real quick, I'm shit. She's tall as fuck.
So that's what I'm saying. Like the Spaniard side of my family, they were all tall, dude. Like my grandfather was 6'2". He was a tall motherfucker for an Ecuadorian. 6'2" is like is tall, you know what I mean? And he had like green, like honey eyes. All the males had light eyes. And then it skipped our generation, obviously. All of us weren't born with it, but they all had light eyes.
That baby shit brown.
Yeah, that baby shit brown, yeah. So they did a DNA test, and one of my cousins, and they said, yeah, we come from Spain. One side of the family comes from Spain. So it must have been a ship that came over and mingled with a freaking Inca,
Mingles.
you know, mingled with an Inca. And then boom, here we are.
These little mountain folk ain't so bad. They were going to sacrifice me, but it's pretty cool now.
This one, we're gonna sacrifice you a different way.
Inca.
Oh man, but so yeah,
Look,
though,
they gave me a
that's
necklace.
Jesus Christ. Oh, God. Oh, that's way past your PG, Jeremiah. But yeah, back to trailers. I don't know. We'll see. That's the goal this year. For you, probably a warehouse in
Well, we didn't even take one
somewhere.
step back. We took a whole that was a whole mile reverse. That was a step, jump, hop, skip. That was a 4K run in reverse.
We're trying to at this point we're trying to reel it back. I wouldn't even
Trying to
call it
stop
a
it.
reel it back. We wouldn't call it.
I think we lost the poll, man.
Yeah. No, we're past trailers now. We're into heritage.
Hey, yeah. No.
Jesus Christ. You're Middle Eastern and Spanish. That's even worse.
Dude, I took that DNA test. I'm Middle Eastern. Obviously you got all Bolivian, not Argentina. No, was right next to Peruvian because right there makes sense. And then just basically a white mystery airhead. Just white, northeastern white, north or European, northern European white, and there's just
Pillager, North Pillager.
What do you mean by Middle Eastern?
I got roots primarily in Morocco and Saudi Arabia.
No shit. Wow.
Yeah, which is funny because there's a big person that was in my life that pretty much raised me. He was from Morocco. Interestingly enough.
That's pretty cool.
Hence the homeless beard. That wasn't coming out of a Bolivian. Have you seen a Bolivian with a beard?
Oh shit, he's gone.
Who is?
Kip.
Oh, Kip.
I said Zalige tile comes from Morocco, but
oh, that's his favorite tile.
Zellige.
Now,
So, yeah,
those
but-
handmade tiles in Morocco, though.
No.
What's that?
Huh?
What'd you say?
We didn't hear you.
I said he might like it if he called it Zalige.
Zalige. Listen, I can
Oh,
barely speak English, let alone another language.
Oh,
I'm
so
still working on Spanish.
It has nothing to do with the fact that it'll take you 3 times as long to lay that damn tile to make it look half bad.
Hey.
No, not you, dude.
I have a Zillage
Everybody that's
job.
laid that tile has gone
My
through
next
that.
backsplash is a
This is
Zillage
the
job.
worst tile.
This happened to me, motherfucker. I had to turn the shit off and restart.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Yeah,
Everybody.
after
Only
you
one-
warned them that was gonna happen.
What was the who's the one? What's that guy's name? Turk Tile. I don't know if I'm saying that right. You follow him?
I swear to God, if you say he's Turkish, I'm like, oh,
No. Turk Tile or Tark Tile, whatever his company name is, but he's the only one that can make that tile look flat and square. Like that dude's been tile like Jesus Christ from the chat rooms. He goes back to the chat rooms. What's that chat room? McBrown or what's it called? You know what I'm talking about, Jeremiah.
Oh, the forum.
Yeah, the forum.
It's named after a guy. I forget what it is.
Yes. McBrown. What the hell's the name of that?
Yeah,
But yes, that was like the original Instagram. Like it was almost like a Reddit, but just for tile nerds. Literally, you had any tile question that's like if you Google a tile question, that chat room's gonna show up every time.
I'll go in there and there'll be a thread from like 10 or 12 years ago, and I'll just see Sal de Blasi just commenting 10 or so years
He's
ago.
in
I'm like,
there.
damn. There was a young little whippersnapper when the internet came out.
But my observation from all the researches that I've done, nobody will answer you the question of what trial you're going to use. What trial should I use for this tile? And no chat room has ever answered that question.
Why?
Not on an agreed upon thing.
Just like what trial do you use for a 12 by 24?
Manufacturer's recommendation.
Mm-hmm. Which is?
Whatever the manufacturer recommends. I don't know. Look at the
Most
box.
manufacturers on the tile don't recommend a trowel size.
Nope. On only Mosaics do.
Yeah, well,
Which is V-notch.
Some boxes will say, like the hardware store boxes will, but if you buy from like a distributor, most cases won't tell you what. They'll just say,
They don't
at
tell
most
you
you have to use a
nothing.
minimum 1/16 spacing or 1/8 spacing.
That's
And like
true.
Or
30% offset.
the staggering. That's the only thing they give a shit about.
Then you refer to the thin sets specifications, no?
It's based off of coverage.
Yeah, it's based on coverage. So the minimum from what I've read, the minimum is 3/16 for large
You
tiles.
bugging.
I believe. I swear to God, it's 3/16 is the
God's gonna
minimum.
smite you for that.
Or like a
I
3.
could be correct. No, the thickness of the mortar, 3/16 is the minimum
Oh, gotcha.
for 12 by 24. Because again, I went on a search because I was like, 1/2 inch is a lot of mortar for that tile, like a lot.
Mm.
Even if you collapse everything down, and 3/8 is perfect because 1/2 of 3/8 is 3/16. So that gives you the minimum coverage, and you're not having to shim out your jollies
Yeah.
because they're sticking past the tile. So that was my whole gripe. Now, if you have bows in the tile and your wall's not flat, you got to operate differently. But 3/8 trowel will do wonders. If you can get a slanted trowel, even better.
Well, I just bought
Or
the 3/8 Tile Freak slanted
Tile Freak or the cow, that one?
Tile Freak one.
I have the 1/2 inch one from
Is it?
Freak.
I can't remember.
Marshalltown.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those
Crews
they're
uses the
not.
Euro trowel for everything. I guess everything large format, yeah, as long as you're meeting the minimum mortar thickness.
Yeah, but like 12 by 24, is that even considered large now? Like compared to
Min-
48s by 48s?
I would say by industry standards, no, but by thin set standards, yes.
Right. So like, because I mean, I've seen guys lay 12 by 24s with 1/4 by 3/8. Again, it depends on coverage.
Mm.
You got to pull the tile back and see if you have enough coverage. And also, I know in the TCA, whatever the book said, the amount of thin set needed to hold on to that tile. So that's why there's a minimum of 3/16, enough bond to hold it from just popping off, basically. Yes, I do actually read that book every once in a while.
Holy shit, a construction worker that can read. That's why they put pictures in those books for us.
Yes. And you notice how they're made so that you can color them in.
Yeah.
Hey, do any of y'all know the difference between the 2024 and the 2023? I went with the 2023, but I was wondering if I should have gone with the 2024 for any reason.
The year.
The sponsor. This guy.
I didn't want you to fuck that joke up.
It says, I can't remember what it says, but the 2024 has like this section in it, but I can't remember what.
For the most part, they're going to be the same. It's just going to be pretty much revisions as you go.
2021? Yeah, still good.
Yeah.
So, and also,
certain
if there's
things
like newer
change.
improved products that come out, then it'll kind of update with it. So you have something like the Blanke's products, which have a different restriction or different capabilities than the Schluter products or their standard uncoupling membranes and systems.
Oh, there's the appendix. Where is what I'm looking for?
I'm gonna share that.
What's that?
Get ready.
Let me get a bite.
Let me get peace. Let me get peace.
Gotta keep these cookies in the room, man, away from the kids.
Cheat day.
They can hear that too. You just hear scurrying down the hallway. Just.
My son be watching. I don't think he's watching today though.
Like, I can smell the crumbs.
But let me get out of here, yo.
I was about to say it is an hour and 30, so we do got to wrap it up a bit. So
let's do it. Yeah. Well, as soon as the snacks come out, he's like, I want to pig out. I don't want you guys to see me. This is just one cookie that I'm putting into the frame.
All right. Well,
take something for that COVID, bro.
You said what?
I said, go take something for that COVID, man.
Ain't nothing you can take.
Well, it was good. A little bit of a ramble on. We kind of jumped everywhere, but that's just the nature of the podcast. So for everybody that joined, thank you for hopping on. Come join us next week, and we will have
Oop.
something for you.
Who is it? Traffic.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, and we got to do Harry. You weren't there for that one. We reached a 500 follower milestone on the Instagram, so we gotta talk about giving backs.
Oh, shout out. Yeah.
So we'll see what we can whip up. Thank everybody for attending, and y'all have a good night.
Later.
Arrivederci.